Does it seem like you are going too far when drinking alcohol? The truth is that excessive drinking can cause you an array of health problems, but also affect your social relationships and quality of life. It is not about the alcohol itself, but the quantity you are drinking. It may be time to cut down drinking. If you identified that as the problem, why not consider doing something about it? Nobody is telling you to quit alcohol altogether, although that is something to think about in the future. For now, focus on dialing down a bit. Here are several tips that should help you cut down drinking without anyone's help. Stick to recommended guidelines and be realistic. Have you ever counted your drinks? If the answer is no, it is about time to start. The crucial thing to cut down alcohol is to know how much you drank in the first place. With that in mind, you should set realistic goals which should be in line with the recommended restrictions. According to expert guidelines, the upper limit for men is set at 4 drinks every day and 14 drinks on a weekly basis. It was also determined that the threshold is set lower for women who are fans of alcohol. They should cross 3 drinks daily and 7 drinks per week. Luckily, modern technology makes it incredibly easy to track your drinks. There are numerous phone apps to help you measure drinks and keep a record. You can also do it the old-fashioned way and write everything down on a piece of paper or in a notebook. However, you should make sure to take that paper wherever you go, as you never know when you might reach for a glass of wine. Discover your triggers and avoid them. Sit down for a moment and analyze your drinking past. What are the situations when you consumed alcohol the most? Is it when you head to a club or gather to hang out with your friends? We all have different alcohol triggers that make us want to grab a drink and then maybe another one after that. It can be that you have a friend who loves to drink and you often grab a bottle of beer to keep him company. Perhaps you are vulnerable to holidays, celebrations, and other special occasions. It is not a problem to take one drink, but are they leading you to excessive drinking? When you identify the triggers you are vulnerable to, do your best to avoid them. In some cases, that may be impossible, but knowing that you are in a dangerous situation as far as drinking is concerned will help you be alert and avoid drinking too much. No alcohol in the house rule. If you often catch yourself drinking 1 or 5 glasses of wine at home, perhaps it is time to consider implementing the no alcohol in the house rule. The idea is simple: if there are no drinking options at your fingertips, the chances are that you won't drink. On the other hand, if you still think it is still safe to keep drinks around the house, consider buying both small glasses and bottles to help cut down drinking. A compact glass might result in drinking less, and a small bottle implies that there is still not enough wine around to drink it excessively. While we are on the topic, consider purchasing home measuring cups if you like spirits. We already emphasized the importance of tracking your drinks, and this is far more manageable if you eliminate guesswork. Switch to low alcohol options. If you do some math, it is quite obvious and logical why this is a good move. You will minimize the negative effects of drinking if you consume 3 glasses of watered-down cocktails with a small amount of alcohol instead of 3 shots of tequila. Ask around about the percentage of alcohol in various drinks. For example, drinking 1 glass of spirits is equal to 2 glasses of cider and a regular beer. Eventually, it depends on your preference, but keep in mind that it takes a lot longer to drink an entire beer than a glass of spirit-based drink, and they contain the same amount of alcohol. The power of water. If you are invited to a party, you may spend several hours there. This is not great to cut down drinking if there is alcohol around. It implies there is enough time for at least several drinks. These are the trickiest situations, and you need to use the power of will to control yourself. Fortunately, the power of water can also come to your help. Even the Reader's Digest mentions that this strategy might work. The rule is simple: grab a glass of alcoholic drink and then drink an entire glass of water. You can also try this approach with any other non-alcoholic beverage, but it is water that has the biggest effect. According to those who tested the strategy, this should considerably decrease in the quantity of alcohol you consume during the evening. If there are options, you can also consider eating something during the evening. It could also reduce the effects of alcohol and the amount you drink. However, please be aware to avoid binge eating when you are returning home. Nothing good can come out from eating a whole pizza in the middle of the night despite your body telling you it may be a good idea. Final note, know when to ask for help. The tips you read in this article can be quite helpful to cut down drinking. If you tried to apply them but failed, it is not shameful to acknowledge that you have a problem with alcohol abuse. On the contrary, you are incredibly brave for being ready to admit your problem. It is a big step towards recovery, but the next one is also crucial. If you cannot do it alone, don't be afraid to look for help. There are numerous support groups and recovery programs out there. We are certain that you will find the approach and organizations that fit your preferences. You can always head to a local medical facility or call your doctor for a recommendation on an alcohol support group nearby. See the description below for the secret.